big story everybody's talking about this week is the GAA catfishing story. It's a podcast that has been running for the past couple of weeks involving the two Johnnies. Now, to put it into context, this person explains it really well. What we need you to do is comment and let us know your views. If you like what you see, don't forget to subscribe for more.
Have you heard about the girl in Ireland that's been caught for catfishing? Loads of different celebrities and professional athletes. A guy that has this podcast, beautiful blonde girl, messages him and he's thinking, oh brilliant. She comes on fast and furious and she's ticking loads of boxes. It's too good to be true. Every time they go to meet up, she has an excuse. One time her uncle died, and then another time she had COVID, and then another time she had to self-isolate. Every time it would be really last minute. Anyway, these two Johnnies, they go and do a show in Dublin, I think it was. And this particular day, this girl, Cora, the catfish, she said she's coming out of isolation. She says I'm breaking out. I'm going to come and meet you at this club. And then they go to the club and she's not there, but her friend is. And so her friend approaches the guy and is oh, Cora's here somewhere. Let me try and find her. And apparently this place is really packed, but not big enough that you would lose someone. Like they say, if you were looking for someone, you would find them if they can't find her. So this guy starts to think maybe this girl just doesn't like me, or she's actually just crazy. There's something not right with her. But then the other Johnny, the other guy that he does the podcast with, he's I don't like the friend. Friend's over familiar with me. She's touching me. And he was I just wanted to get out of there. This girl's weird. They leave and they don't see her. This girl has been heavily mentioning all of her exes who just all happen to be famous, some of whom these two guys actually know. Before he leaves Dublin, then this Cora messages him and he's I'm really sorry for my behaviour last night. I just got really drunk. And I'm sorry I couldn't come and see you, but let me make it up to you. I'm going to cook you a fry-up. Come to my house in Dublin. And so he goes to this person's house in Dublin, and when he arrives there, his friend just drops him off and leaves, and he starts driving back to where they live, which is hours away, I'm assuming. Seems like a far distance. And so his friend drops him there. He goes inside, and guess what? It's just this Nikki girl, the girl from the club, the friend of Cora. It's not even Cora, the blonde girl's not there. This Nikki girl with her housemates sits him down and cooks him a fry-up. And he stays there and he eats the fry-up with her friends. And at some point he's this is weird. I need to go. And so he asked this Nikki girl, apparently this Cora's best friend, to drop him to a bus stop. And she says, actually, I'll just drive you the whole way home. The whole way home. And this Nikki girl just happens to be a massive fan of their podcast. While this Nikki girl is wearing this jersey that's another famous footballer's jersey. It has his initials on and whatnot. And he thinks that she's going out with this guy because she has pictures with this footballer. He's seen it on social media because this Cora's social media is heavily linked to this Nikki's social media. And so it all looks legit. And so he has no reason to doubt that this is who she says she is. She drives him all the way home. Hours. To his house, drops him off there, that's that. Then he starts to think this is really suspicious. You know what, I'm not going to talk to this Cora ever again. And then he decides that he's actually going to message these other famous people that apparently have slid into her DMs while they've been talking, and also her ex, all of which say they've never met her. They don't know her. But then, just because it makes an absolutely cracking story, they decide to tell it when they go on their podcast tour, and they tell the story and they put a flash of this blonde girl up on screen. After the show has finished, they then get an email from this other girl claiming to be the blonde girl that was on screen, saying, I was at the show the other day when you came to my area and you put a picture of me on screen. When I was at the show, someone spat on me because they thought I had catfished you when I haven't. That person has just used my pictures. I feel really badly that you got catfished, but I'm a nurse and I don't want you using my pictures. Then they try and ring this girl and they can't get hold of her. And the girl emails, she hasn't answered her phone, but then she emails them, this supposed nurse. I've actually been on FaceTime to the girls responsible. There's several girls responsible for catfishing you, and I forgive them. I just want to reinforce the fact that if you use my pictures, I won't be happy. And also she tells them that she has sought legal counsel, and that if they show her pictures again, she's going to sue them, basically. The production team is obviously you are not who you say you are, because number one, you would have answered your phone and shown us that you are the girl in the pictures. Number two, why would you forgive the girls that have used your pictures to catfish but be mad at the person who got catfished using your pictures? It just doesn't make sense. So they realise that again, the person sending these emails is the catfish. Then, after they don't reply to the nurse girl that's saying that it's her pictures, another girl emails and says, I am the one that did the catfishing. My name is, I think her name's Lauren Murphy. She messages, and to prove that she is actually Lauren Murphy, she then sends a picture of her passport, which apparently looks like it's been photoshopped with a spud. I don't know what that means, but it sounded funny when he said it because he said it in an Irish accent. They Google Irish templates and they find the actual template for the passport that this girl has used, so she can't even do that bit properly. And so then they realise again that there's another fake person involved. Another fake profile. And they've kind of realised that it is in fact this Nikki girl. But how scary that he's been in this Nikki's house. She's like made him food, like she could have put anything in it. And he's also been a car journey on his own all the way home with her. Like imagine the roles were reversed. They basically know it's this Nikki because she has like the same kind of accent. It's like a weird accent that they can't quite pinpoint. And then they also find out that she's done this to several other people. So you know, like the jersey that she was wearing with the guy's initials, like the other professional footballer, they find out that he has actually been in a relationship with another one of her like fictional characters, which is called like Emma. He had like infiltrated his friendship group and made him believe that she was best friends with this Emma, when actually she was Emma the whole time. So much more that I couldn't even fit in this video, but basically she like takes pictures of this guy's dog, Goujon, and posts them to her story after she's been caught. She posts them to her story. She like photoshops herself into pictures with this guy, the fake her. She even pretends to be a police officer. This guy is away, says, "Is this your dog?" He's panicking, thinking like his dog has gone missing. And so he has to ring home and they say, "No, that's not your dog." And then they realise that this girl has taken that picture from a Facebook group of like where he lives. So she doesn't even live there, but she's got herself in a Facebook group of a place that she doesn't even live and taken a picture of a dog that looks like his and said like, "Is this your dog?" And oh my god, this bit was mad. She also uses like Snapchat, you know, the geo-tagging thing that you can do on Snapchat. Turn that off. She also used that to follow another boy that she was stalking all the way to Liverpool, and she follows him into a Subway or somewhere that he was eating, and she takes pictures of him eating and she posts it as if she was with him while he was eating. But she wasn't. She was just like standing in the background somewhere, like taking pictures of him, and she posts it to her story to make it look like they're together. Sometimes I don't have time to take a vitamin of a night time. How do you have time to do all of this? She cannot be working, but how is she living in Dublin? Because it is blooming expensive to live there. I have so many questions. To Johnny's podcast, amazing.